Well, hello and welcome to this Friday Daily Dominion. I have an off day today, so I thought I might get to showcase a playthrough through this kingdom, and I apparently can't talk as it's in the morning. But we have three strong debt cost cards in Daimyo, Artist, and Overlord, and especially Daimyo being like a draw throne room. Yeah, we saw it a few days before it can go crazy. We also have a nasty attack in Catapult, as it allows you to discard attack your opponent via trashing coppers, and you can curse them if you trash cards costing 3 or more. Then we have also two villages, Mount Village and Crown, Gold Mine for plus buy, Scepter to also replay cards that are already in play, and for Scepter, it's important that it won't be able to replay Overlords or Daimyos. And finally, Treasurer, which allows us to trash treasures or gain treasures from the trash or take the key. And the key is a thing that just gives you 1 money at the start of your turn. Now, apart from that, we have Academy, a project that gives you villagers, so it's essentially unlimited actions as long as you can keep gaining action cards. And we have tax, which means that the game starts with one debt on each pile that whoever gains a card from that pile during the buy phase needs to pick up. And here, actually, there is no real way to gain cards outside of your buy phase, apart from, I guess, trashing rocks and gaining silvers. Um, and also gold mine, getting it via getting golds via gold mine. But yeah, mostly we're going to be annoyed by the tax stuff. And yeah, it's a very well-rounded kingdom. We have draw in Daimyo and artists, and some flexibility in Overlord, some strong attack and thinning in Catapult, thinning in Treasure, Village in Mountain Village, Crown, and Daimyo, and also Chariot race for some extra points. So certainly an interesting kingdom, but it's a bit limited in the form of gains during your turn. Mainly, yeah, we're going to buy cards, I guess. The kingdom plot looks as follows, where we have, well, a bit of thinning draw, village and gains. As I said, it's not very surprising that it looks that way. It's just reflecting the fact that we will want to maybe build a proper engine here. And yeah, opening wise, I'm really struggling to find a good recommendation for what to open. I think the 3-4-4-3 is probably the best one, where I would probably open Catapult Overlord, just because the Overlord can then play a treasure to trash a copper while also getting 3 money, and thus already getting lots of debt out of the way. If the Overlord collides with the Catapult, you can use Overlord as crown and double play Catapult. That's also an option. So I think the Catapult Overlord opening is rather solid. On the 5-2, I'm super split. We could also just think about opening Catapult Overlord just as in a 4-3 and have one more debt. Or we could go for treasure on turn 1 and then go for an Overlord that has the downside of not opening Catapult, whereas you really want to, I think, get Catapult stuff going. One could also go super risky and open Daimyo on turn 2 and hope that they collide with the Catapult. It's even better than colliding Overlord Crown, but I don't think that's worth. And yeah, the worst opening probably is the 2-5, where you probably just want to tax Catapult to disincentivize AI going for it on turn 1. But yeah, it's probably the worst of these. And yeah, I think thinking about it a bit more, it might be better to just go Catapult Overlord. We'll have plenty of chances. I mean, Academy is also a thing to go for early on, but not in the opening, I think, especially if you're able to trash with your openers, then that's much better, I think. So yeah, let's go for the Catapult Overlord opening and yeah, see where we go from there. That's already not great. Well, they collide and we get to do the crown thing, attack AI, trash an estate, and get almost out of debt. Well, not completely, but I think this is already, yeah, time for a Daimyo. Probably we also want to get a Chariot race at some point. Now, next turn we are going to have again the same hand as we had before, but we probably are going to be discard attacked. Which means, I'm just thinking what we could do maybe with the Overlord next turn. Maybe it wants to become a mountain village and pick up whatever we buy here. In that case, we probably actually want to buy a Catapult. No, but I think Daimyo is the best thing to go for. We are not discard attacked, so that's great. Yeah, playing the Daimyo here would be really bad as we would trigger a 5-card, I mean, short shuffle, but still, we putting the Catapult and the Overlord back into the shuffle is much better. And I think we just skip out on buying anything here. Could also be a Daimyo. The problem is that Daimyo and Overlord interact in a way where when you're going to play a Daimyo and then the Overlord, it's going to multiplay whatever card we play with the Overlord, because Overlord itself is a command card, whereas Daimyo it says it replays non-command action cards. So say next turn we find Daimyos and then the Overlord, we are probably just going to play, I don't know, Crown a bunch of times or Treasure a bunch of times. Like, I guess playing Treasure a bunch of times is fine. So as long as we, well, okay, we don't find the Overlord anyways. As long I was about to say, as long as we find the Overlord, we should be fine. But okay, but we do find 2 Daimyos here. We get to trash out our final treasures. Or actually, let's take the key here and you can trash one more treasure. And we hit 5, and we have a super thin deck, which probably means we want to. How do we want to build this from here? I think the answer might just be a combination of more overlords and daimyos. Like if we buy an overlord here, we could crown a daimyo and that would also, yeah, let us, I guess, play the other overlord. Yeah, I think that's fine. We're probably getting discard attacked here again. Oh no, we aren't. So, what we could do would be to Daimyo Overlord for Crown, which would allow us to double play the Overlord. No, I think we want to crown Daimyo, which then allows us to play one more Daimyo for probably. Okay, now how do we want to do this? Um, Probably just this and no, actually let's keep one of those in our hand. Take none. Um, okay, this was probably a bad order, so we probably do not want to play this one. Sorry, I'm confusing myself a bit, but we do want to just get rid of those last cards in our deck. And now we have a very neat and lean deck, which we should now combine with more Overlord, which can then become a gold mine, and we can gain some golds. We can, yeah. I think at this point the world is our oyster, and AI, yeah, doesn't really seem to be completely in the game. We can again do the Overlord Crown Daimyo trick, which can triple play this for gain one more treasure, take the key, take none. Now we probably want to double play this Overlord as a gold mine to gain a gold for once, and do we want to gain another gold? Probably not. It's mainly also for the plus buy, I guess. And we get to attack AI. And yeah, I think we were well in control of this game. That's very nice. So at this point, what we want is probably just a cheap cantrip that we can multiplay with our Daimyo in Chariot race, and then buy a Daimyo and another Overlord. Like really just keep this stuff going. Okay, and okay. I attacked here, which is fine. We can just Overlord, Crown, Daimyo, and then see where we go from there. Or we can even Daimyo, Overlord, Crown, Daimyo. Now we're crowning another Daimyo for, okay. Then let's go for, we have more Overlord down there. Let's go for just some money, gain 1 copper. Because we're crowning it, we can even choose what we want to do. So maybe a gold mine here. We just need 1 plus buy, gain a gold. Now we can do more of this stuff. Take none, take none. Double play the Chariot race, attack AI. Oh, we even have more double plays here. So take none and take none. And yeah, this was a crazy turn. I don't underestimate this this Daimyo stuff. I think we just hammer down on more Overlords and Daimyos, and the turns are going to get even crazier and crazier. Essentially, whatever action we play twice now, because we just alternate this Daimyo Overlord thing. So here I think we need to play a gold mine. Oh, let's not pollute our deck too much with gold probably, and just go for treasure payload. Play this once again, decline, play Daimyo twice, and this means then we will play the crown twice again. Oh me, oh my, this is like actually crazy. Let's get some payload in. Yeah, what do we even do here? I think we just take none, take none. We could also curse AI by trashing a gold here, but it's really not necessary, I think. Take none, and the last card should be, I think, a Daimyo, right? So we can leave it on top, right? We have, yeah, I think it's a Daimyo, so let's leave that on top. And we already hit enough money for triple province. No, not exactly enough, because provinces are debt infested, but I would say we buy 1 more Overlord, one more Daimyo and a province, and then, yeah, are on our way to victory, I would say. AI gains a bunch of golds, gets into a lot of debt. We already have Daimyo and Overlord in hand again, so yeah, the dream can continue. And let's play all of these Daimyos twice, so we get to play all of those Overlords twice. I guess also the Chariot for some draw. Chariot race, of course. Let's play more Daimyos and some gold mines um, for some plus buy. Decline that, I guess. Play this. I'm sorry if I'm being a bit slow, but I just want to make sure that everything is going all right. None. Let's just get lots of money via all of these treasures. So now we have, yeah, lots of money. I don't think it's worth cursing AI. It will have its deck under firm control, or it should have its deck under firm-ish control. So let's just double province, Overlord, and Daimyo again. We really just want to get these chains going. That's the most important thing. And here it actually might fail. I think we'll just go for a gold mine play or chariot race play. Okay, probably it should have been a chariot race play in hindsight, okay. But this is to be expected if you're greening as early as we did. And on the bright side, we can add one more chariot race and one more daimyo, and should be able to now finish it on the next turn. Like, just go for a bunch of treasurers, and we should be able to hit these provinces. Though, yeah, let's see. Let's see where this leads us. AI buys a province? No, AI just buys a gold mine and a daimyo. Yeah, so even if we weren't able to finish the provinces, there's only 2 overlords left. Well, but it's going to be hard to do much more. Let's I think just play these, decline that. We want the buys. We have lots of Overlord double plays coming in, and yeah, decline this. Let's go for one more and gain some treasures. Or maybe actually, I'm not sure. We will actually be able to finish the 5 provinces. So maybe it's best to first play these chariot races. Okay, that yielded a bit of money, and that also yielded a bit of money. So take key, gain treasure. Or actually, taking the key is also bad if we want to maximize our payload. Yeah, this is now just, sorry, this is now just a bit of trying to maximize what we have. I think we're not quite there. Let's see how much money we can make. And our actions, how much money is that if we pay off the debt? That's enough for a quad province, but not enough for finishing the game. Could make one more money by trashing a province here. So I guess, nah, This is a bit annoying that we can't finish here. So let's play it conservatively. Gain a treasure here. Sorry, I'm making you watch all of this over and over again. Take none. Maybe what's the last card? The last card is probably a Daimyo because we bought one. And then maybe we might be able to finish it. So let's draw into that. Yeah, it is a Daimyo. It's not gain a gold. No, actually, I think that was bad. We should have left it on there. Okay, anyways, at least we get to make a bit more money while keeping our deck thin. Okay, I thought we had one more. Okay, sorry, I was about to trash the other copper to the catapult, but then of course it's better if we use the daimyo to just double play this overlord. Take none, and ooh, you must be annoyed at me. Probably it's best if you just skip over parts of this. And do we leave just 3 provinces and buy, I don't know, Chariot Race and Overlord to maximize our chances that we really are able to finish it on the next turn? I think that's the best way to do it. And this is already not looking all too great. Yeah, how do we start here? We probably just play Gold Mine. And hope for a Daimyo. Okay, great. Now we play the Daimyo first or the Overlord first? Probably the Daimyo first, which allows us to crown a Daimyo, which allows us to crown a Chariot Race, which allows us to crown a Daimyo, which allows us to crown a Chariot Race, which allows us to crown this. And yeah, okay, we are at 4 buys. Play all of these Daimyos for... What did AI have on top? Okay, gold mine, so we might be able to do more chariot race stuff. Oh, apparently we didn't have any crown stuff going on there anymore. But oh well, I thought, of course, then we shouldn't have played this as chariot race. But let's curse AI once and end this really, in the end, rather clicky and annoying kingdom. This was, yeah, I don't know. Of course, the kingdom that lived off of the Daimyo Overlord synergy in conjunction with Crown, but it was weirdly clicky and also annoying to think through. Yeah, so at this point, I thought these daimyos were still crowned, so uh, I didn't really consider this Overlord to draw that much, but it didn't matter. We did get the chain off. We had 1 dud, so this certainly could have been done a turn or 2 faster, but also with Catapult being around, with the cards being so expensive, and with no mid-turn gains apart from the gold gains, I think this kingdom, yeah, is not going to be so much faster. What we could have improved probably is not bought any or not gained any golds with the gold mine. And maybe also got some actual gold mines or treasures in our deck instead of more overlords and daimyos. But I mean, if you have the choice with Overlord to do whatever you want, then it's nice and good. Anyway, so that wraps up today's daily playthrough. I hope you enjoyed, and I will try to catch you in the next one, whenever that might be. Until then, goodbye.